Our next representative here today is a young woman who is local. Fatma, we're really excited for you to come and share your story of advocacy. I had the chance to meet her when I was here about a month ago, and I tell you, the power of LinkedIn. Many of you who are here today are through LinkedIn. And so here's my LinkedIn friend. Fatma, please come and share your story.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here. I'm very honored and humbled to be here amongst you. To be honest, out of all of the events and the speaking engagements that I have currently, this is the one that I'm least prepared for and most nervous about. Because for me, when I first got invited from the Disability Coalition, I think because what can I say that this group and the attendees don't know, right? How can I add value? Because it's from people that I look up to and aspire and respect, and believe that I just want to make a fraction of a difference like you all do in life. So I didn't prepare slides, but I'll speak from the heart. Rather than sharing my story, I'm gonna deviate a little bit, okay? And instead of sharing what I'm expected to, I'm gonna break some rules as usual. Okay, so I'm supposed to speak about my story, but I thought to myself, this is a group of experts, achievers, and people that I look up to. So I'm gonna be honest with, and I'm gonna share what I'm thinking. Empowerment for me is not leveling the playing field, and it's not tipping the scales towards or for you. It's having choices, the ability to have choice, the power of choice and independence. We all go through life, regardless if we have the disability or not, with pieces that we are born with and pieces that come our way as life goes and we grow. And our job every single day is to weave those pieces together and break them and weave them better and better every single day. So with a disability, you are born or you're born with or acquired. You have limited choice. And if you're a woman, unfortunately, adding that to the mix would be even lower choices or having no choice sometimes. That you're forced into what you are doing as a career or as an education or whatever it is, even if you're lucky to have those. My message today is that I don't want to feel lucky. I don't want to feel lucky to be able to have an education. I don't want to feel lucky to get employed. I don't want to feel lucky to have a say in things. And adding to it, Anesthesia and the other speakers so wonderfully said. In my opinion, we need 2 seats at the table at least. Not one. Why is that so? It's because the journey of advocacy is a journey that we are all forced into. We did not have choice to be an advocate because we believe into becoming better versions of ourselves and pave the way for other generations and future generations. Yes, it's important, but also it's important to nurture those future generations. What I ask of the Disability Coalition, and I ask of all the policymakers, decision makers here today, and youth from here, and women and girls, is that we need 2 seats, one for the experts and one for the younger generations, so we can learn and grow together, because we cannot continue the journey of advocacy without learning from each other. I understand that in some countries, speaking this language is a normal thing, and in others, it's like being on a different planet. But our job today is coming together as one to empower each other and to have each other's backs. Because empowerment is not just having a choice, but also having someone who's willing to be there for you whenever you fall or whenever you're lost. And trust me, along the way, I've met amazing people in my journey who believed in me. And I'm still lost. It's fine, it's part of the journey. Let me talk to you about this conference specifically. And Dr. Nadra, I think you will enjoy this. I'm working on my thesis right now. So I came across this paper that interviewed men with disabilities without saying the context. In this interview, in this paper, I was taken back for a second when I read that all the men who are participants in this paper were saying, when asked about if they were willing to marry a woman with a disability, they refused the idea completely. So I was taken back, and I guess what I'm saying is that we need to fix the sector first, see our perceptions, and work on ourselves before moving forward and advocating for women's rights. Because if disabled men, regardless of who or where they come from, they don't see us as equals, we cannot go forward. And you know what? The sentence they said, because she's not a real woman. And to be not a part of the narrative, to be unseen, is very hurtful. But at the same time, it gives us the opportunity to think deeply and see how can we power through uh, those disadvantages, because the only way is forward, and we know that for sure. But at the same time, we need to realize, coming again to the idea of two seats at the table, we need to mentor each other and be there for each other, because if we don't make sure that, okay, my voice is heard, alhamdulillah, I had an amazing mother who's like your mother, Hafsa. I think your name is Hafsa, if I'm not mistaken. Pushed me, and when I finished my undergrad, she said, "Go ahead for a master's," and she's saying now, "Go ahead for a PhD." We're lucky to have those support systems, but we need to instill those support systems for others and be there for others. My last message for you today is that no matter what happens, I think this event is going to be the turning point for all of us to have a network, to be there for each other, and to think critically together to figure out how can we not only voice but also grow and connect and build back better. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm very glad to be here.
All right, thank you so much, Fatma. We had our first coffee together about a month ago, like I shared. And I can't wait to have a cup of coffee with you in the United States when you start your PhD. St. Cloud State doesn't have a PhD, but we do have an EDD that we would welcome you to consider.